Well, hello again there, YouTubers, Internet peoples. Today I am finally going to get rid of the Rosewill case that I've complained about in previous videos. The thing is horrendous. I bought it because I thought that it would be, an interesting build. It looked kind of neat. It had two USB 2s and two USB 3s on the front panel, which was the main reason I got it. But then after I got the case, I just found there was quirks about the case that I couldn't tolerate. So finally it's going away. So I've already removed the motherboard, all the internals from the case, and I'm going to be putting all that into a Cougar MX410 mesh. And I anticipate, based on a cursory examination of the case when I pulled it out of the box, that this will be much more pleasing and much more easily done than, or at least it will not be as annoying a build as the Rosewill wound up being. So with that said, let's have at it and let's see what we get. Okay, so here we are. The Cougar MX410 mesh. So first things I like, paint finish is very nice actually. We've got all black sides, no ventilation there. All the ventilation is through the front, as you can see. And standard IO shield, standard power supply down here. Rear fan, this is the only fan it comes with. So that's not much on the fans. Thumb screws, get the sides off. They're not captured, so you don't want to drop them. Okay. All right, so those come off relatively quickly, very easily. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, things that we've got here. Okay, looks like the hard drive cage. Let me get these cables out of the way. At least temporarily. There we go. All right, hard drive cage. Out of here. There we go. Looks like it comes out with two thumb screws. And given the amount of space that's here, you're definitely going to have to remove this to at least initially put your power supply in and get the cabling squared away. Two thumb screws again, they're not captured. And there's a little release down here on the bottom. A little plastic release, you pull that, push that down, and cage comes out. You've got spots for two 3.5-inch mechanical drives here, so that's okay. Squeeze this thing back in there. There we go. It's a little bit of a fit, but there it goes. So that's in there. You have a mounting plate here for 2.5-inch SSD. That's nice. So you've got plenty of options for storage. I'm going to leave these out for the moment. Several tie down points. There seems to be this channel in here where you can probably hide quite a few cables. Let's see what else. Lots of tie points for your zip ties here and here, so forth and so on. So that's not too shabby. I like that. Let's go take a look around here real quick. And well, here's one I don't particularly care for. This is a combination of 3-pin and a Molex connector. I don't know why that's in here. I'm going to cut that off probably without too much hesitation. Nice power supply shroud so we can hide our cables. Windows so we can see the power supply. Comes with 6 standoffs, which should be enough, although I think the board I'm going to be putting in here has a 7th, so we're going to have to add one down in here. What else? Let's see. We've got a magnetic dust filter. is nice. Let's see on the back here. Now there's a thumb screw here, which is not easy to manipulate, but there's a thumb screw here, and apparently this little cover here pops off. There's a couple of, see what we got here. Yeah, there's a couple of little tabs here. And you just gotta pop them, that comes off. So your graphics card will have to be screwed in essentially from the outside. Yeah, 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Some people don't like it. I quite frankly, I don't know that I care all that much. But that's the story with that guy. Yeah, not too bad, I guess, overall. Again, the paint on this is very nice. The case overall is fairly light. It's not heavy, thick metal. It is very, very light, but it does seem to be sturdy. It seems to be built reasonably well. Let's take a look here and pull off the front panel. Always tough to pull it off the first time. There we go. All right, so it looks like we have 3 fans here. You're not going to fit a 360 radiator in here. Absolutely not, because there's the shroud right there. You can put a fan if you need to put 3.5-inch drives in this thing and you want to put some airflow over them. You definitely have enough room to do that. I will demonstrate real quickly here. There's a fan you can fit right here. And not any problem. That will cool your drives. Need that. Obviously, what I would probably do here is there's enough room here for a 240 radiator without any problem. Or if you just want to put RGB type fans here and here, they'll probably show very, very nicely through the mesh. So that's not too bad. Let's see what else we got. On the top here, we have 2 USB 2s, 2 USB 3s. Power switch, looks like your hard drive and power LEDs are here. Reset switch over here. Separate headphone and microphone jacks. So that's what we got. Looks like we're good to go. Got all the standard cabling. It's all black, so that should help with the finish. USB 3, obviously, connector. There's our front panel. That's our audio. That should be our USB 2 right there. So that's what we got. I'm going to be putting in the B450 motherboard in here. It's an ATX motherboard. And we'll see how that goes. We'll have to do obviously some cable routing, and this hard drive cage is definitely going to have to come out. So let's get that started, and we'll see what we got after that. One thing I did forget to mention on this is that there is room, it looks like, up here for a 240 radiator setup here. So you've basically got it here and in the front. So that's something I almost forgot. So let's continue on, and let's see what we can do with this thing. All right, so let's get started here. We've got our bag of accessories here. Just real quick, they gave us some nice, they gave us some pretty decent amount of zip ties in here. It's not too bad. Looks like about a half dozen. That's not too bad. Got a little manual, which we're not going to bother with at this point. And here we go. Here's all our screws and a couple of extra standoffs, which I am going to wind up using one to get the motherboard secured. The motherboard takes 7 screws, not 6, but we'll get to that. All right, so let's pop this open, and let's take our power supply screws here, and yep, get the hard drive cage out. It's going to make things easier to deal with the power supply cables with this out, so we're just going to keep that out. All right, let's get the power supply in here. I am using non-modular power supply. So we're going to be stuffing cables all over the place in here. The power supply is in. All right, so the motherboard already has an M2 drive on it. The system is basically all set to go. So essentially all I'm really going to need is 24 pin and the 8-pin CPU power, which is here. I just have to identify it. There it goes. All right, so we're going to have that and we're going to have that. Okay. So those guys are going to go there. We're going to take that out of there. Kind of get these straightened out a little bit. That's actually a fairly decent channel that's there. That'll be great to hide them. Alrighty, so the USB 3 separate, and it looks like we have, yep, right up in here for the USB 2 connector, the front panel. Yeah, that'll looks like that'll all go there, so that'll work. Let's see, I need a little bit extra here, so go underneath that guy. There we go. That'll give me a little bit more to play with. So that's there, that's there, that's there. USB 3 is probably going to be, yeah, probably going to be up through here. That's a guess. I could wind up having to change that. All right, so we don't need anything else. I think what I will do, however, is I will put this up here. And what I'll wind up doing is I'll wind up tying this off in case at some future date I want to put in the graphics card in this system. So we'll put that there, and that'll help with that. Okay. Might be in the wrong spot. Yeah, probably in the wrong spot. Probably need to go here. Yeah, so if I do that, tuck this here. Yeah, if I tuck that there, that'll work. Then I can tie that off, and then if somebody wants to add the graphics card to the system later, it'll go right there without any problem. So that should be fine. All right, so that leaves me with all of this mess. All right, so I will have to get this mess kind of taken care of. Yeah, we'll have to zip tie those and those. So yeah, all right. So but that'll all go down in here, and then we can put the hard drive cage back in, and we should be good to go. Yeah, I think that's where we're going. All right, so let's try and get this hard drive cage back in here. A little bit of trouble getting it lined up. There we go. Cables are tucked. There we go. Good. All right. Now, I'll wind up tidying all this up later on, but there we go. Got all that squared away, all hidden. Nice and neat. Looks good. All right. Let's over to the other side here. And let's see what we got. That's right. I think that's right. And all of these guys are here. So that looks like that's probably right. Yeah, that looks like that's right. Okay. All right, so I need a standoff here. So let's get standoff in here. Okay. That's there. Get my little needle nose pliers here. Because I purposely left my Swiss Army knife upstairs because, well, God forbid that anybody be triggered with the use of a Swiss Army knife. Right, Carrie? Okay. All right. All right, that guy's in there. Yeah, that's not coming out. That's not moving. Okay. All that taken care of. Let's grab our motherboard here with all of our stuff. Oh, IO shield. Before I forget, IO shield. Okay. IO shield. Here we go. These are always fun to do. And of course it wants to play with me a bit, but that's okay. There we go. That's in. No problem. We're good. Okay. All right. Now, for anybody who's curious, you've probably seen this already. This is an ASRock B450 motherboard. There's a Ryzen 3 2200G on here, so it's got onboard graphics, 500 gigabyte NVMe drive, and 16 gig of memory. Corsair 3000 speed, as a matter of fact. So this, if you were paying attention to some of the stuff I've done on the channel, you've heard me complain about the Rosewill case. This is what was in the Rosewill case, and I couldn't leave it in there because the case just kept bothering me. So this is what I'm going to be using as the replacement. So let's get that over there. Okay, well, I'm going to have to reroute both of these. I was wrong, so I'm going to have to come up through here because, yeah, that's going to be in the way. All right, so, well, it happens. So we're going to come up here and I believe here. I believe that's those two. There we go. All right, let's tuck this up over here so it's kind of out of the way. All right, so yep, that looks better. That definitely looks better. Okay. All right. Okay. Get it over there. Thank you. My cabling in the way. There we go. Everybody. Let's see. Make sure I don't do anything stupid. Make sure that I've got all the Okay, yep, looks good. No overhang there. All right, so motherboard screws. Which ones do they give me? Are they the fine thread or are they the coarse thread? Let's see. Let's take one. See what we get. Yep, feels like it's the fine threads. Okay, that's perfectly fine. That's good. All right. Okay. Make sure I don't have anything pinched under here. I don't. Looks good there. All right. I don't have to test this system. I know that it works. All this is basically just getting it into the case, getting the cabling done, and after that, it should come right up. Unless, of course, I've done something horribly stupid, which is not beyond the realm of possibility. I've been known to have a bad day. Well, so far, there's nothing horribly bad here. Probably want to undo this. Get this out of here. All right. I'm going to unravel this right now. I am going to cut that off at some point. I've got a finer pair of cutters that I don't have here on the bench at the moment, but I'm going to cut this off and be done with it because who the heck needs that? Nobody needs that. All right, so we'll just stick that in there for now. It's fine. No big deal. Okay, so let's get the CPU power plugged in. Assuming I can manage to do that without screwing something up. There we go. All right, that's there. That's good. 24 pin. Go here. Okay, that's there. USB 3. Sure that's pinned correctly. Yes. It should be right there. Okay. So that's pretty good. All right. Got to do the front panel stuff. That's always entertaining trying to do that. All right. Let's see here. That's the HD audio. I imagine that's probably right. Let's see here. Yes, that's the HD audio. So that guy. Go over here. And let's see, make sure I got the pin correct. There we go. Yep. Hey, set that back down again. Okay. Alright, there's the HD audio. And I've got several places to choose for USB 2. So we'll just pick one. Doesn't really matter. Pick one. Alright, that'll work. Then we've got our front panel. Alright, so HD LED, which goes on bottom pins there. That's the power LED, which are still two separate. I don't understand why those are still two separate cables. You would think at this point, with all of the stuff that's going on, and make sure I get the right ones. Positive is going on the outside. There's the positive. There's the negative. That should be there. Okay. And power switch, which is over here on the
top. Sorry if I got my head in the way. Actually, you know what? Let me do the reset switch because that's on the bottom. That's going to be harder to reach. Yeah. There's that one. Sorry about this, guys. Sorry, my head's in the way. All right, there we go. Okay. So that's it. That's not too bad. That's pretty straightforward. No issues here so far. Everything should be fine. So, let's have a quick look here at the back. Yeah, back I got it again. I'll have to tidy all this up, but should not be an issue. Yeah, there's plenty of slack here. That should go. There's plenty of space in here, so that's not a problem. And the rest of this I can kind of sort of tidy up a bit. Probably can't do a lot with it, but I'll try to do something with it. And this here, again, I want to put it in here as temporary, because as I said, you never know, somebody might want to do a graphics card in this system at some point, although you wouldn't do it with a Ryzen 3. But just from the standpoint of future, you kind of want to, at least I want to, let me put it that way, I want to route the PCIe power for a graphics card, since I'm already here. There we go. And I'm just going to tie that down so it's there. I don't have to go fishing for it. So that's there. USB 3. It looks like I could probably just, yeah, I can sort of just tuck it there for now. That's probably fine. Again, I'll have to neaten all this up a little bit later on, but there's plenty of room here. I don't have to worry so much. This will go on without any real trouble. I can actually even put it like that if I want to. So tie it off into this right here, and that should be fine. I don't see any problem with that. So, all right. So I think that is pretty much all I have to do back here. So let's fire this puppy up and see what we got, shall we? All right, there we go. We're all set. System's up and running. All in the case, all nice and neat. I think it looks fairly decent. And no problems with building this. Plenty of room in here. It's not quite as deep of a case as some that you'll see, but it's certainly tall enough. And I have no real complaints about it. The only negative, I think, or maybe one or two negatives, the hard drive cage had to be removed, but that has to do with the fact that this is a lot shorter this way. A lot of the other cases you have more room that you can deal with. So taking the hard drive cage out to get the power supply and the cabling, kind of squared away. That's one. The other thing is this little arrangement back here for the expansion slots in the cards. But, other than that, really, I can't complain. The case I got on sale for $40 at Newegg, so it's certainly affordable. It has plenty of options. As I said, you can get in here with a 240. You can get in the front with the 240. If you want to put RGB fans in it to give it some bling, obviously, definitely two fans. You could probably put a third, but the third fan, you're not going to see most of it. And it's meant to cool any standard 3.5 inch mechanical drives anyway. So I would leave, if you're going to put 3 fans in it, I might put 2 RGBs here, and then this other one here, I just leave, you know, a case fan, a black case fan, so that, you know, you have some airflow over the hard drives. Other than that, hey, I got no complaints about it. It's pretty good. No, it doesn't have a window, but I don't care. I just don't care. I'm not into RGB. It's not me. I like my machines very simple, very straightforward. But there we go. Anyway, that's the story I am sticking with. It is done. It's all set to go. If anybody is interested in this system, or if you know somebody who's in desperate need of a computer, you can contact me. My contact information is available. And, you know, it's a nice little system. It's reasonably attractive. As I said, you've got your USB 2, USB 3s. They're all there. Power LED. Yep, you can see that one right there. And I don't know if I can demonstrate it or not. I will try to. Let's see here. Let me pull up that right there. There you go. There's your hard drive LED working just fine. So we're good. Everybody's happy. Well, don't have a network plugged into this, so maybe that's not happy, but everybody else seems to be happy. So with that, I appreciate you folks sticking with me, and hopefully we'll see each other again. Very nice, very slick. Yes, it's black, but as I said, put a couple RGB fans in here and you'll be able to see them through that mesh without any problem. All right, thanks for stopping by, folks. Hit a like if you like. Subscribe to the channel, please, if you would. That would be helpful. I think I'm at 45 subscribers as we speak on May 18th in 2021. So thanks for stopping by again, and you all have a really good day. Thanks.